This week on the Hooters Tour with Lee Moore and Kim Briel.
Coming up this half hour, the Hooters Tour goes live from the Granddaddy in Myrtle Beach. We'll go behind the scenes. A first-time winner is crowned, and our player profile is on Kyle Flinton. All coming your way next.
Simply put, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is golf heaven, but it doesn't stop there. Welcome to the Grand Strand. The Palmetto State is alive and vibrant, from the sandy beaches to the many scenic attractions. This is a vacationer's paradise, and it's quickly becoming the Nashville of the East. Yes, country has come to town and is just an extra reason to bring your entire family to Paradise East. The hospitality, the beautiful new international jet port, great hotels and motels, and more wonderful restaurants per capita than almost anywhere in the world makes Myrtle Beach an awesome cornucopia of fun and sun, and with a huge Waccamaw pottery, shopping had just never been better. Yes, it's Myrtle Beach of the 90s. Constant change has brought progress to this region of the country, and with more than 90 golf courses on the Grand Strand, there's something for every person who has ever put on a pair of spikes or tennis shoes. Take your pick. Pick your time of the year and come see this land of fun. It's this week's stop on Pro Golf's top newcomers tour, the Hooters Pro Golf Tour. Hello, everybody. I'm Lee Moore.
And I'm Kim Briel. Lee, this week we're in beautiful Myrtle Beach at Pine Lakes International.
It's a golf course with a lot of history. As a matter of fact, it was the first one. When you say Granddaddy, you go all the way back, and I tell you what, just walking around this place and talking to all the people here and seeing the Scottish kilts, and to me, it says golf all over the place.
You might think you're in Scotland if you didn't know any better, but we've got more to come when we come back.
Yeah, we're going to let you see exactly what we saw. We think you'll enjoy it.
Hey, you! Why are you sitting at home watching Hooters sports on TV? Why aren't you at Hooters? If you were at Hooters right now, you could be enjoying Hooters' nearly world-famous chicken wings. And other great stuff served up by the Hooters girls. And watching Hooters sports at Hooters is a lot more fun than sitting there by yourself. Hooters makes you happy. See? Now get up off that couch and go to Hooters. Here, let me help you get started. You're not still sitting there, are you?
If you take fresh eggs, cream, and right off the farm fresh vegetables, add pure vegetable oil, red wine vinegar, natural honey, herbs and spices, and maybe generous amounts of aged blue cheese in just the right portions, blended under refrigeration to the peak of perfection, you'd know why we call our products naturally fresh.
We blended nature's best naturally.
Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday welcomes you to the B&T Granddaddy Classic in beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Lee, there's a lot of golf courses in Myrtle Beach, and like you said before, from 1927 to present, there's got to be over 90-some golf courses.
Yeah, the Grand Strand, certainly, if you talk about where is the golf capital of the world, it's right here in Myrtle Beach. And one of the guys that knows more about it than anybody is Cecil Brandon from Brandon Advertising, because Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday sort of says it all. Right, Cecil?
Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday is a eleemosynary corporation of 91 hotels and 87 golf courses who give up their identity to promote the area as being the greatest place on earth to take a golf vacation.
Pine Lakes International will play the perfect host this week. There's lots to know and say about this wonderful old Southern tradition. Pine Lakes with a touch of Scotland all around. The Miles family has owned and operated Pine Lakes since the 40s. And just a few weeks ago, Sandy Miles, the owner and president, passed away at the age of 55. He was much too young, but he certainly left his mark.
There are several ideas that my father had, and they all are doing things, doing the whole facility, doing it right, doing it first class, if you will, and really just making it a magnificent, place to come stay, play golf, and be waited on like you've never seen before.
The employees of Pine Lakes are a proud bunch, and that starts with the starter. His name is Jerry.
A lot of people ask me, why are we wearing the kilts? Well, it's the McGregor clan. Robert White was of the McGregor clan and born and raised in St. Andrews, Scotland. What we like to do here when the customer pulls up into our parking area, take the bags out of the car for them. We put it on a brass rack. They do not handle the clubs until they get on the first tee. So we treat them like a member of the club.
And this week, the major sponsor is one of America's fine financial institutions, BB&T, Branch Bank and Trust Company. Their involvement is part of a continuing commitment.
We got to be a part of the community. The communities where we serve cause us to be successful because they respond to our efforts and our attitude of service. So we owe something back to the community.
The important event of the week prior to Thursday's first round is the Big Pro-Am. The players took on Pine Lakes, and there were shots made and shots missed. But fun and good fellowship were in large supply. The Pro-Am at the BB&T Classic was special in every sense. The scores were marked down and posted, and David Schreier was a Hooters pro that led his team to victory. On that team were Finley Trosclair, Mike Walters, Chris Barr, and the announcer, Jim Simpson. They had a winning score of 16 under par.
Pine Lakes International, truly the granddaddy. Augie Swarette takes us through some of the pivotal holes for this week's tournament.
Hole number 8 is going to be a hole that they're going to have a little stoppage on. It plays 442 yards, dogleg left, out of bounds on the left-hand side of the fairway. Dogleg to the left. It has a body of water right on the corner of the dogleg. If you decide to make the decision of carrying the body of water, it's 245-yard carry. If your ball lands in a proper position over the lake, you have about 140 to 150 yards to the green. Hole number 11 is 432 yards to a crown fairway, woods left and right. Calls for a pinpoint drive to a fairly small landing area. The hole itself will play from anywhere from a 9-iron to back to about a 5-iron. Hole number 18, a great finishing hole, 483 yards, dogleg right, rough cut, real deep into the fairway, and I mean deep, at the corner of the dogleg. It'll make you drive the ball left off the tee, so that'll make your second shot anywhere from about a 2-iron to a 7-iron. That much of a difference to a well-guarded green, and also all the greens on the golf course that are open in front without any sand traps. It has an open cut. There's rough in front of the greens.
When we come back, we're going to take you out for the first time on the Pine Lakes International Golf Course. You're going to get an idea of what this course is all about. Also, we're going to take you behind the scenes on our national telecast.
We'll return to more golf at the Granddaddy on the Grand Strand in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, right after this.
This week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Hooters Restaurants, delightfully tacky yet unrefined.
Some of the best shots of the day occurred on Thursday at two of my favorite holes, both par 4s, holes 5 and 18.
Pine Lakes International is going to offer the Hooters players some excellent opportunities for birdie. But at the same time, bogey is a distinct possibility when shots stray off the mark at some of the small greens made out of Bermuda. This course is one of those rare beauties, and it's the crown jewel of the Grand Strand. Greg Parker of Plantation, Florida is going to shoot 68 on this day, and at hole 5, Greg sets up a birdie with this approach. In the same group, Steve Ford of Melbourne, Florida is also going to make a 3. He's at 1 under par on the first day. John Fenster is in the trap at number 5. How about this shot? He's going to hold this one out. He'll finish 1 under par 69, and the Tampa, Florida native is going to need a good round tomorrow to make the cut. How about the shot of the day at number 18? Check out Bill Brown of Dublin, Georgia, and the University of Georgia. He hits it in the hole. It's a 3, and he's at even par 70 on his first day. The best round of the day, a course record 7 under 63. It's shot by Brett Quigley of Charleston, South Carolina. He's going to get the $250 naturally fresh bonus money, and he'll have the first round lead.
I feel fortunate that that naturally fresh kicks in the money for a low round of the day, and when I birdied the third birdie of the day on my fourth hole, I really didn't envision it, but I just stayed in there and made a few putts, and luckily shot 63.
Exactly what's it like behind the scenes at a national telecast at a golf tournament? Well, you got satellite trucks, production trucks, and a crew of over 40. That's getting ahead of the story. Let's check it out.
Predicting the unpredictable, telling the complete story, getting all the facts right, and gathering information behind the scenes of a live telecast.
1, tracking blue, please.
Here's the Granddaddy Classic.
Well, the first thing, a thing that's going on behind the scenes, Kim, is chaos. Absolute chaos in the truck. And you got to remember, with television of golf, it's not like a stadium or an ice rink or basketball court or baseball diamond. It's over thousands of yards of cable being put out.
The Hooters Tour at the Granddaddy in Myrtle Beach. 5 holes, 6 large studio cameras, 6 handhelds at various drop points, 8 miles worth of video cable, and approximately 4 miles worth of audio cable.
When people see the coverage, I don't think they understand the amount of cable or the amount of work that goes into televising golf. It is probably the most complex event from a standpoint of TV cable.
Okay, golf is a producer's medium as opposed to any other sport, which is right there in front of you where the ball is the action. So really the director, his shots tell the story when you follow the ball. Basketball, football, baseball, be as it may. But when you're doing golf, there's many balls. I mean, there's balls on every hole. You're covering usually 9 holes in a 2-hour telecast, so you've got to make these decisions. So basically in golf, the producer is the decision person, and he's really like what we call an editor, just like a newspaper guy.
The orchestration of technicians and skilled personnel from all over the country working toward a common goal.
Thank you. 859.
From a videotape standpoint, we run as many as 9 videotape recorders during the telecast with various shots that are orchestrated by the director and the producer, and an assistant producer and assistant director in the tape room. Graphics is handled, as you know, by an entourage of probably 5 people within the television compound and probably 10 to 15 people out on the golf course, so that we know who is actually teeing off. Most people aren't familiar with a lot of the fellows on the Hooters Tour because they're up-and-coming pros, and so
pressure in all aspects to perform. And for the commentators, they speak to you while at the same time taking cues from inside the truck.
They don't know what's happening on another hole until I tell them, because I got all the monitors in the truck.
And the trick becomes, how do you talk without stopping to hear what he's saying? And you will find newcomers to the business, when someone says, when you're through here, go over to 18, the newcomer will say, yes, I will.
I still say it beats working for a living, okay? It beats a 9-to-5 job. It's exciting. I've lasted a long time in this business, and if I didn't like what I do and I didn't do it well, I wouldn't be where I am at my age.
When we come back, the showdown begins on Saturday.
Yeah, we got the action heating up and the temperatures. I think the humidity stayed down just a bit here. But also, Kim, when we come back, we're going to check out the final round, and we're going to meet our Jackaroo Player of the Week.
Kim and Lee will be back in a moment with more of the Hooters Golf Tour show.
This week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Bud Light, won't fill you up and never let you down. And by Naturally Fresh Foods, preservative-free salad dressings, sauces, and dips.
Look! Oh my gosh! It's a little chimp! Oh, he looks like a little person!
They're really not.
Look how smart he is!
They're not very intelligent, honey. They're dopey.
Look at him!
We have a dummy on our hood. Oh, where's he going?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
And now, Valley of the Apes.
Hey, want to spice up your wardrobe without spending a fortune? Hooters has just what you're looking for.
That's right. Just call 1-800-961-2231 and order some terrific Hooters merchandise.
Like shirts, hats, sweats, sunglasses, and more. Hey, are you a race fan?
Call 1-800-961-2231 for great Hooters racing apparel.
And to really make your life complete, there's the Hooters golf bag, umbrella, flying disc, even a subscription to Hooters magazine.
Call 1-800-961-2231 today.
Let's go back out on the golf course here at the Pine Lakes International Country Club for the third round of play.
Live TV and a good battle at the top of the pack. That showdown featuring Brett Quigley, Kurt Sanders, and Jason Smoke in the final group of the day. But there were others, like Brian Contact of Toledo, Ohio, a competitive player who is long off the tee. Here is Brian on 17. This approach sets up his fourth birdie of the day. He finishes with a 66 and is 2 strokes off the lead heading into Sunday. Stephen Larrick of Blythewood, South Carolina started the third round 3 back. With birdies on 4, 7, 11, 13, 16, and 17, Stephen moves into second place. 1 stroke out of the lead at 14 under par. Here's a look at his birdie on the par 4 7th hole. That his second of the day. And now a look at his final birdie of the day on the par 4 17th hole. Playing in front of the home crowd and his family, Stephen gets this one close and finishes with a 65. Kurt Sanders of Conway, South Carolina throws in this shot on hole 15. This birdie helps him on his way to a 67. One more look at the 15th hole. This time it's Jason Smoke. He makes a great approach for a birdie 3. Unfortunately, that put Jason back to even. He'll drop it to 1 under with this birdie on the 18th hole. Smoke with a 69 today. He's 4 back starting the final round. After 54 holes, Brett Quigley of Barrington, Rhode Island managed to continue leading the BB&T Granddaddy Classic. Quigley gets it to 14 under on the par 4 13th hole. This birdie at the time gave him a 1-stroke lead on the field. He'll take the lead again, once again, with a birdie at the 16th hole. But the naturally fresh low round of the day is shared by 2 guys with a course-breaking record 62.
And thanks to Naturally Fresh, that 250 is a nice bonus, and I get half of that with Eddie. And I had 5 birdies on the front and 3 on the back, and had a great day.
Taking a look at the 54-hole summary, Quigley with a 1-stroke lead over Stephen Larrick. Brian Contact is 2 back. They will be in the lead group. Sanders, Morris, and Hainline also in the hunt, with Smoke, Gooch, and Eddie Carmichael, who also had that course-breaking record at 62, all within reach. Kyle Flinton has had a couple of battles going on this year, one with his golf game and one in his personal life, and he appears to be winning at both, and he is our Jackaroo Player of the Week.
Kyle Flinton is finding life a bit easier these days, thanks to perseverance and thanks to his mom and other family members. Kyle was the winner at the Hooters Tour event in Hamilton a couple of weeks ago, and now he's winning another kind of battle, this one in just staying sober. Sober from more things than just beer.
Well, not just beer. I mean, there were other drugs too that I liked. But it just got to the point where I felt like if my golf career was going to go any further, I had to quit. Just stay away from it. And I was running with the wrong crowd. I'd gotten out of golf in 1988 and went to work for a pipe company in Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
Kyle Flinton, at the ripe old age of 21, had problems. His golf game was packed away. He was the proverbial hellraiser, but he had a job. Not a big job. He was a pipe bender.
I thought it was what I was going to settle for. I thought that's what I was here to do. I'd given up hope on golf. I had some good times before then, playing well and winning, but just got into some trouble and lost really my track, what track I was on, and just went down the wrong road.
And where did that leave golf?
I went through a time where I was just playing with my boss at this pipe company, maybe once a month or once every 3 months. I'd sold all my golf clubs. I had basically just thrown in the towel. I just had enough.
After that, it was bending pipes and bending the elbow for a couple of years. Then, Kyle entered a treatment center.
June 28, 1990 is when I went into a clinic to get some help mentally, physically, spiritually. And just spent a few weeks in there and got my life back on track. My family helped me out. Brothers and sisters have been great. My mom's been behind me. Everything's just going so well this year.
Now it's back to golf, and lately the 29-year-old is showing great progress, and it started with a second-place finish at Louisville, Kentucky earlier summer.
Louisville was the one that the eyes came open, and I said, I belong.
Now for Kyle, the future just keeps getting brighter, but the battle goes on. So the Kyle Flinton story continues to be written. Now, we're almost at the final chapter of the BB&T Granddaddy Classic here at Pine Lakes International. A tight race entering Sunday's final round of the BB&T Granddaddy Classic. With 2 course records set on Saturday, the winner could come from as far back as -7. And Rob McKelvey of Lawrenceville, Georgia, started the day at that exact number. Now, with birdies at 1, 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 15, and 17, Rob is going to fire a course record equaling 62 and was the first one in the clubhouse. He led at 15 under par. The race out on the course was between Contact, Quigley, and Sanders. Brian Contact's going to birdie 11. This puts him 1 shot in back of Quigley, but he's going to falter coming in, finishing several off the mark. Kurt Sanders had a good chance, but a bogey at 14 is going to drop Kurt back. Now he's 14 under. He's going to finish in 3rd place. Brett Quigley was the man who led wire to wire. After rounds of 63, 65, 67, Brett took his 1-shot lead into Sunday. Quigley, with 2 bogeys, 2 birdies on the front side, turns at even par, still with a 1-shot advantage. Quigley birdies 10. He'll move now to 16 under and had the look of a winner. How about this birdie on 13? He played steady the rest of the afternoon, recovered well, went in trouble to hold on to his 1-shot lead, and he made it to the championship check on hole 18 with a par.
I was really nervous. I was nervous the last 3 holes and was fortunate enough to get it in the barn.
I just wondered when you got up here, you had a long putt, and I heard Jim and Mark say up there, boy, this is not a done deal yet.
I knew that. I just tried to hit it harder than I thought I did, and luckily 2-putted.
Here's that final leaderboard. Brett Quigley again, a $15,000 first place winner. Then it's Rob McKelvey with a great round today, a 62, equaled the course record at $8,500. Kurt Sanders was in there with a $5,000 check. He was followed by Jack O'Keefe, Jason Smoke making his first start, and Stephen Larrick.
More golf on the Hooters Golf Tour show after this.
This week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Jackaroo Barbecue Sauce, a big taste from a big place.
My barbecue sauce has the big, bold taste that really makes barbecue taste great. Barbecue sauce.
That's not barbecue sauce. This is barbecue sauce.
Jackaroo Barbecue Sauce, big taste from a big place.
Lee, another great week for the Hooters Tour. This week again at the Granddaddy Pine Lakes International, just down off the Grand Strand.
Yeah, when you say golf, you could say Pine Lakes International, and you have said it all. The BB&T Granddaddy Classic, it's been a great week for us, national television, a lot of people to thank, so many that we just hope that people will understand that for us, this has been just one of our premier events.
Premier event, and the Naturally Fresh Points Championship race is coming down to the end, and it's getting tight.
Every time I look at that list, I see O'Keefe and Schwartz just battling back and forth. Every tournament, every swing, those two guys take, plus a few other guys are still in that hunt for the $100,000 first prize. So check that out. Check out who's leading in money, and I'm sure it's Jack O'Keefe
That's
again.
right.
And again, Kim, a lot of people to thank. Scott Miles, one of those, and all the great people here, the volunteers, everyone's just been a super week.
Fantastic week, and we hope that you'll join us again for this week on the Hooters Tour. We'll
So long,
see you
everybody.
then. And if you would like to try one of the great products from Naturally Fresh Foods, call 1-800-GIFT-PACK.
Be sure to join us next week for the Hooters Golf Tour Show.